Ew, what's up, Killas? It is your final girl Mel. And today, we're going to be talking about Longlegs. So stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, I'm not only on YouTube, I'm on a bunch of other social media platforms. Kill the description box below and follow me everywhere. I'm also one third part of the Rad Pack. Follow us over at our channel, which is linked down below as well. As I alluded, we are going to be talking about Longlegs today, and I am going to try and keep this as vague as possible because the promotion of this movie has been just that. It's been super duper vague, so I don't want to give anything away in this review, but I want to put it out there what my thoughts were. I did go watch it this past weekend. I did a YouTuber meetup. I met all of these wonderful people. I had a jolly good time, so thank you to everyone that came out. It was super duper fun. I bought a lot of stuff. A lot of VHSs. I'll probably show that off in another video down the line, but today we're talking about Longlegs, so without any further ado. So let's just jump into it. I'm giving this movie 3 stars. I don't know if when my review makes it to Letterboxd, if it will stay 3 stars, but today I'm sitting at 3 stars. I really went into this movie wanting to love it. I wanted to love it. The hype was real with this one. For me, it didn't live up to the hype, unfortunately. This was a slow burn horror, but it was slower than your average slow burn.
It was slower than your average slow burn horror.
Almost dragging at points, for me, anyway. Please kill the comments below and let me know if you disagree or agree with any of the comments I'm making here. Another point that I would like to make is if you go into this movie and you're looking for a fully fleshed out plot line, storyline, whatever, you're not going to find it here. There are some plot holes. I left with questions that I felt like probably should have been answered. There's a difference between going into a movie and not getting certain things answered, but that was kind of the point. But this movie, I felt like, had some questions left unanswered that we probably would have benefited from having known reasons and things for those questions. I also kind of felt like this movie was trying to do several different things at once, and I feel like if it would have just stuck to one thing and did that one thing really well, then it would have been more successful than trying to do all of these multiple things at once and doing them all just okay. But again, I don't want to give anything away, so after you watch the movie, that will make a little more sense to you. I wish it would have just stuck with the theme that it was running with from the beginning to like through the first, maybe third of the movie. It had like this very particular feel that it was like going for. And I wish it would have just kind of stuck with that. As convoluted as that may be. And as we all know already, this is not a spoiler, this movie does star Nicolas Cage. And I was looking forward to that. I heard all kinds of things about his performance, and he is a producer on this movie as well, which was also interesting to find out. His performance was great. I will say I appreciated his performance very much. He did have a few moments, though, where I felt like it was a little over the top. He did have a couple of his rage cage moments that I felt kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. I could have done without those. However, some good things that I did like about this flick was his particular character design was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. From the costuming to the makeup to the prosthetics, everything about his overall character design was outstanding. It was creepy and it was everything that I needed it to be, and his performance within that makeup and that costume was great. It made that character work for me. Another positive thing that I wanted to talk about is the leading actress of this movie. I'm going to kill her name, and I apologize about that, but I think it's Maika Monroe or something like that. but her performance was also brilliant. She had this very interesting way of awkwardly delivering her lines. That coupled with some phenomenal camera work where it always ended up being like a zoom shot or a specific camera angle that made her overall character's performance and just the ambiance and the vibe that she was putting out in her scenes. It all worked, and it all created this very interesting vibe to every situation that she was in the movie, and I felt like it all worked really, really well. So all that being said, unfortunately for me, there are just certain things about this movie that didn't work. I went into it wanting more. Like, it's hard for me to explain without giving anything away, and I feel like maybe later on, if anybody wants a more in-depth review of this movie, I can give that, but at this point in time, trying to be as spoiler-free as I can be, I wanted more than what this movie gave to me specifically. And it was just, I love slow burn horror. I do. I really do. But this was just, it was a little slower than what I feel like I could have appreciated, especially considering what I wanted from it. And especially considering how much I loved Nicolas Cage's character in the movie. Like, I felt like they could have just done so much more with it. And I didn't feel like I got that. I didn't feel like I got that. But kill the comments below and let me know if you saw this movie, what you thought about it. Please keep it spoiler free as possible down there so that we're not ruining it for anybody else. But if you haven't seen this movie, maybe don't read the comments below, but hopefully I didn't ruin anything too much for you. But so far, this is not going to be movie of the year for me. I still feel like that title is going to Lisa Frankenstein. For the moment. But that is it. That is all. I want to keep this as short and sweet as I can for all of the reasons that I've already said. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and kill that bell for your girls. Share this with your friends if they saw Longlegs. If you'd like to go above and beyond, yeah, go on over to my Patreon or become a channel member. But until the next time we gather, have a killer day. Peace.
Happy birthday to